Whitewater Preserve. We're going to be starting here and walking up out through the BLM in the San Gorgonio Wilderness, and we're going to show you guys some really cool spots out there. Anyone who plans on doing this hike or exploring out here should be aware that there are rattlesnakes and mountain lions, so keep an eye out and be safe.
Now this is just at the entrance of where we're at today. And if you don't want to do the hike, this is actually 100% worth the whole trip just to see this bad boy. There's water in Southern California. This is it. This is all.
There's water in the desert.
Yeah, this is all you get.
We don't know a lot about Eldon Hughes, but we've seen some stuff out here honoring him, so shout out to Eldon Hughes. Must have been a good guy. Alright, this is a really good hike if you're into exercising. There's some nice small trails you can walk on. This is actually a really cool area. We're surrounded by these two hills because we're actually in a fault zone, and that's why the geology on the right looks different than the geology on the left. All right, the first place we're going to show you is Red Dome, and then we're going to take you to a location that's not listed here on the board.
Well, since I'm the geology major, I'll point out some of these rocks as we're walking around. Right here we have a granite, and it's got some huge crystals in it. Look at that. So you got all your ground mass here, and then your large crystals there. It's they also call it a pegmatite, but there's a lot of different igneous rocks out there actually, and you're gonna find sedimentary and metamorphic rocks, and I'll point them out as we go on this hike. So as you're walking towards Red Dome, the stuff that you're gonna see on the right side of the trail, so I'm walking towards Red Dome away from where the entrance is. This is the Coachella Fanglomerate, kind of a tongue twister. Coachella Fanglomerate. So if you're interested in that, I would Google it. Maybe I'll put a link to what it is in the description of this video. Little progress report on the trail. I don't know how shiny that looks to you, but what we have here is another igneous rock. And if you look at it, it's got these biotite crystals in it. Look at that. They're so shiny. They're reflecting the light so good. I'm hoping this camera picks it up. Look at that. That's a good sample. Another rock we found. If you look at this one's bright green. It's not real, it's like a light green, but it's like stands out in all these other consolidation of rock or whatever. But it's probably like an epidote. I mean, I've seen some stuff that looks like they have some olivine crystals in it. It's kind of hard to tell without reading up on the area a little bit more, but that is a really, really pretty green on this rock.
We wandered off the main path. We kind of made our own path, always trying to explore and find new things, and we actually found the water. This is the Whitewater River right here.
Big jump. Like Andrew was saying, we're not on the path really. We're kind of just walking around and exploring. And if you look at these boulders, which I'm also looking out for snakes too, so really paying attention to where I'm walking. But some of these, oh, that one's got a crazy design, are huge, and others are smaller. That's because you know, the weathering that happens out here, all the flooding and stuff. I mean, it gets wild. I mean, look at how big this one is. This is crazy. This one, and then you got these smaller guys right here. Now we have another, I'm trying not to get my shadow in it, igneous rock here. It's another like porphyritic granite because we got these large crystals in it, and then the ground mass here is like granite. It's hard to tell whether this is another biotite crystal or if it's like a hornblende in there. And it's sparkly because of the muscovite. As you can see in this little sample right here, let me see if I can get it. There's like shiny gold. So I don't know if the shiny is the muscovite on top of a hornblende, but that's actually a really cool rock. Look how big that one is too. Right, who knew we'd find moss out in the desert? You see this moss right here? It's actually not moss, that's another crystal sitting right on top of that granite. But look how green that is. It looks like moss. It doesn't scratch off or anything. That's a cool one. Oh, but your shoes are waterproof. They're somewhat waterproof. You should have made it. You should have made it. We got another cool random rock, and I don't know if you can see how sparkly it is, but it's got a bunch of little muscovite crystals in it. So we decided to jog because the park actually closes in like, or the park entrance where we parked closes in 2 hours. So if we want to if we want to get to our spots, we actually got to pick up the pace a little bit. Oh my God, there's so many bees. All right. I'm actually better at running than Andrea, but because I'm feeling her, filming her, she's really got to hold it together and not breathe hard. Okay, we're making good time. All right, so we're starting to see more metamorphic rocks, and you can kind of tell by the banding, it goes like woo. It makes like this really cool wavy feature, and in more igneous rocks or sedimentary rocks you'll see more straight lines. But right here you actually have this cleanup rock scene. If you can see, you got like this quartzy looking material over here. Who knows what that is? But this is definitely like a cleanup rock scene, and it's like you can see the weathering in it. It's weathering faster than this portion of the rock. And actually, look at these crystals are really green. Cool. All right, we got more biotite crystals we found. We're kind of off the path again, but if you look, it's like where it's breaking the cleavage on it, these break off in little sheets. They got one on top. Look at that one, so smooth, really cool.
So we made it to Red Dome. If you look over to my right, that's like a smaller version of what I'm standing on. I believe right behind me is actually basalt, but I'm gonna have Willie talk more about that.
Yeah, it's so like it's red, which is not like what you would think of basalt. It's normally like that black color. It's a volcanic rock. But you know, I went out here on a field trip with school, and they showed us, if you look real close at the rock, you got these little holes all through it. And I don't know how the quality of the camera is actually normally a little bit better than we say, because when we actually watch it on the big screen, you can see a lot of the features. But what's happening here is those little bubbles are called vesicles. So the redness comes from there being like a little more iron content in it. And what's actually happening here is we're standing, like Andrea said, in the big fault zone. It's actually the San Andreas fault system. And because of all the pooling and separation and all the stuff that's associated with the tectonics in the area, there's some volcanism that occurs. You have some right here that where she was standing. It's right behind us. It's right there. And actually, if you can see across where the Whitewater River is, there's some red over there too.
Here's another great view of Red Dome. It's actually a really cool spot right next to the Whitewater River. If you guys are in Southern California, here's some of that water we were talking about. So we're back on the trail. We're actually going to be coming back out here on Friday. We're going to make it part of this same video, but we might be wearing different clothes because there's that other location that we wanted to show you guys. The park closes in an hour though, so we might not be able to show you all the great stuff out there if we filmed the rest of it today. All right, day 2, different clothes, different day. We have more time today to do some hiking and show you what we wanted to show you last time. We wanted to show you guys this big rock. It has this pink strip going through it, which Willie says is called the Piemontite. If you don't know what that is, you can Google it, but it looks really, really cool. All right, do you guys see these white rocks right here? We're gonna use these as a reference point. So we're gonna be walking all the way up in that canyon, and then we're going to show you the white rocks again, and then you'll see how far we walked. Where we want to go is up through this canyon right here, but there's also this smaller canyon to the left that we've been wanting to explore. It may take more than one day to explore both, so we might be in different clothes in the video, but today we might choose the smaller canyon and tomorrow the bigger one. So we're on a little trail that's off of the main trail. If you guys want to come out here yourself, you get pretty close to Red Dome, and then there's a small little trail that goes off to the left. So you take this for a while and then pretty much just keep heading that direction when the trail ends. Okay, there's no trail, you just keep walking towards the mountain, but it's not that boring. There's a lot of cool rocks to look at along the way. And that's how much we've climbed up here. We started way over in the valley over there.
And we're just making our way up the canyon, kind of give you a 360 of what it looks like up here. It's pretty cool.
We're rock climbing now. We're pretty far up into the canyon now. It's really cool up here. This little area was probably worth the whole trip. You can see right here where when it rains, this probably fills up with water, and water pours over the edge there like a little waterfall. It'd be really cool to see if there was some water flowing right now. I'm gonna work my way up there where he's at. Oh boy, might have to turn the camera off. Okay, made it to the top. Had to use both hands to climb up the little ledge there. Let's see if we can catch up to him. Gotta be careful in these bushes. Snake City. There's a bee. Oh no. Looks like we're gonna have to stop here. There's a big tree that fell down and is kind of blocking the path. We could try to scale it if we wanted to, but who knows? There could be snakes or little critters in there, and
there's a bunch of bees right here.
There's a bunch of bees. So we'll probably just stop here, and maybe one of these days a big rainstorm will wash the tree out of the way, and then we could go back further and see what might be back there. It just sucks because there's all this slippery rock here.
I know, but this is the time to fall because I'm filming. Like, step on some of that loose stuff for fun.
No. No problem. Oh, what? No problem. Okay. So we went up the big one today. We still have a little while longer to walk back this direction, but I wanted to show you guys. Right over here, you can see the white rocks in the distance over by the water, and that's where we started. It's so pretty in here. We're surrounded by these beautiful hills. Just so you know you're going the right way, this is what the trail looks like.
Now this is weathered so cool, look at it. So smooth. This probably looks awesome when it's wet. Just to kind of give you an idea, that's where we're coming from, and you can't even see the white rocks anymore. We're just in this canyon. They call this Rainbow Rock Canyon. This is a little special place we want to take you guys. We're almost to the end of it. They call this Rainbow Rock Canyon because, you guessed it, there's rainbow rocks. Look how pretty this is. It's got like really pretty, there's whites in it, pinks in it, blues in it, more of like a bluish gray, the greens. Rainbow Rock Canyon, a lot of fun. If you wanted a really good example of the rainbow rock, here you go. Look at the pinks and the blues in it. Look at that. It almost looks fake, like a big piece of chalk. So it's like 110 today. We really wanted to hike this. We brought plenty of water and stuff like that. But it still takes it out of you. She's all tired. This is really cool. The trail brings you through all this like foliage, all these trees and stuff, and there's nice little shady spots. But we just have a little bit further to go that way.
Just to clarify, this is called Rainbow Rock Canyon. We showed you guys some of the examples of those huge rainbow colored rocks on the way up. And that little canyon we showed you guys on the left, we're not really sure what that one's called. We'll call it Rainbow Rock Canyon also.
Number 2.
Rainbow Rock Canyon number 2. This is the climb we just made. We climbed up this little ledge here because we wanted to get you guys a good view. It's pretty hot out here, but we made it. We're sitting down to rest. There's a beautiful view. Maybe next time we'll climb up that one to get you guys even better view. But in the winter time, if you come up here, which by the way, we're up in the big canyon that we showed you guys. If you come up here, there's usually little lakes and streams that cover the ground down here. And winter's obviously probably too cold to swim, but it makes a beautiful view. Right now it's summer, so everything's dried up. If you go up further that direction, there's some ladders actually that you can climb up to kind of get where we're at and get this beautiful view. Okay, I'm gonna start climbing back down the mountain. And
This is the time to fall.
Once we get down there, we have another 6 miles back to the car, and we're almost out of water. So if we don't make it, make sure to give our other videos a thumbs up. If we do make it, you can give this video a thumbs up. I'm probably gonna take most of this on my butt. There we go. See you guys later. Oh, you're still here. That must mean you liked this video. Or you skipped to the end, which is a no-no. If you did that, you should go back and watch the whole video. But if you enjoyed this content, hit the subscribe button so you can follow us on our future adventures. And this isn't our only video. We have other videos. We have videos where we magnet fish, where we go metal detecting, where we treasure hunt in the backyard, underwater treasure hunting, and even exploring abandoned places like old mines. So make sure to go and check out our other videos.